So this is the plan. Studio is going to be good. Hey. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Where are we now? Thursday, 17th of April, 2025. And I finished the last bit of build about a week and a half ago now. I put the last pieces of board in place, then I shot up country, went and visited the Outlaws, and my mum did a few jobs up there. She's moved house recently, so there's lots of things to put in place. There's lots of mirrors to put up, there was washing lines to put up, cabinets, a fair few little bits and bobs jobs to get sorted. But sorted now, back down again. So I want to go through with you what we've got with the studio, and I've put together a bit of an info sheet for everything that's being spent on the studio, all the costs that are involved. So I'll put a link down in the description for how you can get to that sheet. I'm going to split it up into a few bits and I'll go through that in a bit more detail. But first of all, I haven't shown you the inside of the studio. The last time you probably saw it, the studio was a little bit brown. It was a bit woody, and we've just got the interior in place. Since then, Claire has been in and she's been and painted all of the interior. I've done a bit of painting in there as well. And just to brighten everything up, giving it a complete white base. Everywhere has been painted out so that it's lighter, it's more bright, and it's a lot nicer place. And once that painting was done, then there's a few more things have gone in. The sink has been installed fully, reinstalled rather. The pipe work for that has been fitted. So now we've got running water and drainage to and from the sink. The toilet was already done. That was already done, dusted in the back. I've also built out some new shelves and a worktop in there. And it's a super strong, heavy duty worktop because each bag of clay that is in the studio there, each one is 35 kilos. So there's a fair bit of weight of clay. And then of course, when you've got a load of clay on the top of the work surface as well, when Claire's working that, it takes a bit of a bashing. So that's in place. We'll put up some lean-to trestle tables in there. There's the light is in there now. There's a beautiful bright white light. So it's in the winter months, you can see very clearly in there. Also got a little bit of a coffee table and a seating area with the bureau, so that if there's any need to do any writing or designing or artwork, it's all there to hand. And then finally, in the far corner is the actual pottery wheel itself. So Claire's got it set up now perfectly. She's got all the bits and bobs over the sink, and everything that she needs is there. Now eventually, when it comes to the warm weather, there are the double doors at the back. The patio doors open up and allow you to go out the back there. And that area will, in some point in the future, that will get landscaped, and then that will be a nice seating area or growing area. Haven't yet fully decided what we're going to do with it, but it's at least there now to be able to sort as and when. And I'm really chuffed with how everything's come together. I think my personal favourite of all of this is the rain chains. They were a bit of a leap of faith, really. I've seen it done before, but not in the way that it's done here. Normally they are direct straight from the gutter, hanging straight down, but here I had to be a bit inventive and have them hanging down into the drainage system that has been put in place. Drainage system, by the way, that runs all the way up to the edge of the garage now, so that if at some point in the future I put some drainage in place or change the driveway up there, I've got that run all the way down and soaks away now off down underneath the garden. So really well chuffed with that, sorted. So then, what does it cost to actually put this together? What I've got in these costings, there's three main sections to it. There's the materials costs, and that relate predominantly to the build of the studio itself. I've classified this studio as the studio materials, hardware, and then there's tools that I've purchased to be able to get the job done. Now, when you have a look at this, or if you do decide you want to download the PDF yourself, then the section on materials would be pretty much a guide to what you would need if you're going to build just the shed, just the studio yourself. The hardware is additional things that I put inside of the studio that you may not need if you're just going to have it as a shed. And then finally, the tools, you may already have them, you may not. So you may need to buy them, you may not. So I already do have a lot of tools. So yeah, you may need to purchase more stuff depending on what you've got in place. So, breakdown then, starting off with the least expensive, because I've already got a lot of tools. I already had majority of stuff in place, but even so, everything that I purchased to be able to help fix this up, including nail guns, the actual nails that go in it, the gas that goes in the nail gun, the materials that I picked up from the auction and van hire to be able to go and collect them all as well. That all came together to £807. Right, that's just for the tools and the additional stuff that I needed to be able to get the studio together. Then in terms of the hardware, the fixings, and that's to do all of the finishing, the internals, to be able to get the internal paneling, to be able to get the toilet in there, the sink, the power, the lighting, the fuse box, and all of the changes that I've done for that, that came to £981. So that makes it a very usable space inside. There's a bunch of sockets in there, a bunch of switches, there's lights, there's Claire can run a heating in there. It's, you know, it's kitted out. And then the big one was all the materials. Now, the materials, there was a significant chunk, was my choice in the exterior. And you can probably get a whole bunch of things that are a lot cheaper to use. But I went for the larch, and I decided I wanted to get the burnt larch on there. So that was quite an expensive piece. And I think with the larch itself, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, with the first lot, it came in at 1,790 or 2,100 including VAT. And I had to buy some extra at the end to be able to get it done. So the total for all the materials, and this is all the ground screws, the boards, the big chunky timbers, all of the insulation, all of the roofing stuff, that all came to £5,685. So all told, the total cost of all of this that I've spent on getting the materials together, £7,474. Now, bear in mind, there was a few things in there that didn't cost anything. The window, for example, this huge, great big pane of glass that was a great big pane in the posterior, that I got for free. There was things like the ground cover, so the stuff that I put in and around the ground screws way back at the start, that I got for free. There is a lining that goes over the top of the insulation, it's underneath the corrugated sheets, that I got for free as well. And similarly, in the land drain that I've got underneath the stones, I got some of that land drain for free as well. I've got a bunch of ground pipes, the underground pipes for the waste I'd got a lot of the pipes that to be able to fit. Now, again, it depends if you're going to do the same sort of stuff that I've done. You might not want to put a toilet inside of your build, so you won't need any ground pipe at all. But all of the costings, they're in this sheet. So I'll put this, as I say, as a link in the description. So if you want to go and have a look and see what costs are in there. And also, you might want to have a look. So I think I've got everything. I may not have got absolutely everything. So if there are things in there that you spot that you think, you've missed that, then, you know, let me know and I'll see if I can get the cost together for that, add it in, and then, you know, get it corrected. But there we go. That is it. Studio is in place. It's done. It's dusted. Claire is using it now. She's making art in the studio and she's finding it a really nice place to be. I'm a little bit jealous, I'll be honest with you. It is pretty damn cool. It's insulated, it's warm, it's really quiet in there. I've also put in there its own little Wi-Fi hub. So there is connection that runs from the studio right back through to the house, so that it's got its own Wi-Fi in there as well. That was something that I had lying around. Didn't cost me anything because I've got an old router that I could reuse for that purpose. So that's done and dusted. So there we go. So that is it. That has been a mammoth set of builds. It's gone on, as I say. This is the build itself has been 11 months now, and the planning ahead of that and the thinking about it. I'll be honest with you, I've been batting about the ideas of how best to go about it and what to do with it for a good 7 or 8 months before that. But I found the best way for me is to just crack on and do it. Because if you think about the issues that you could face, you end up with analysis paralysis and you're not going to start anything. So it's better off at times just to crack on. And then when you encounter some of the issues, overcome them then. I mean, don't do that for everything. Do have at least a good understanding and get yourself a little bit of a drawing together, which I did to help myself out. And then went through using that drawing to understand all of the implications of planning. If you need to get that, you do need to check that out with your local office. I went through all of the planning websites here for my county, just to make sure that I was within planning requirements, no issues there. Building regulations as well, make sure you just check those out. You're building it in a safe way as possible. And yeah, health and safety standards. And don't do what I did and end up getting a burst retina and hospitalisation and stupid stuff like that, because that was really not very good at all. But all done. There we go. A couple of sides of this PDF. Have a look, it might help you out. But for now, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the series, and it'll be interesting to see what we'll come up with next. And for now though, thank you very much for watching. My name's Rich and this is It's Adventure. I hope to see you again very, very soon.